little bit different in the scenery today because we were at the house and I said, you know what, Callie? Let's go to Fort Clinch today. And that's where we are. At some point in this video, I want to tell you guys how at 21 years old, which this is 3 or 4 years ago now, but at 21 years old, I was managed to buy a house, a brand new car, furnished everything, and lived the best life I could possibly live. I didn't have a fancy job. I made $8.50 an hour at a retail store, no college degree, right out of high school, 18 years old, decided I wanted to buy a house instead of getting an apartment, and in 3 years I managed to be able to do that, making minimum wage. Let's show you the fort and we'll come back. So the room I'm in now, I'm not real sure what they would use it for. More than likely like reloading, things like this, just super wide open. But what I love about this room in particular, there's a staircase right over here. Come look. And this just opens up to one of the best views. You can see the entire park and a really good view of the beach behind me. Sometimes take for granted the thing that we use every day. We don't realize that 200 years ago, they didn't really have that luxury. I mean, look at this. You come out here. That is the bathroom. This is where they would use the restroom. So when it was your time to go, you just sit here on this bench.
You gonna open it?
We're taking a short break, grab some lunch. If you're not from Florida, or if you're ever coming to Florida, a public sub is like a delicacy in the South. It's like White Castle, except for subs. It's in a grocery store. Wanted to really talk to you guys about how we were able to buy a house, both of us get brand new cars, furnish the house completely, at 21 years old. And to a lot of people, it's kind of scary to commit yourself like that at such a young age. But for us, it came really naturally and was something that we really wanted to do. So at 18 years old, when I graduated high school, shortly after I met Callie, the market where we live was so high to buy. Nothing was for sale, and if you could find something, the prices were outrageous. The only option for people our age at the time was to rent an apartment. And there weren't really many apartments that were worth renting. You're just throwing away money to somebody else, and that didn't really sit well with us. So we wanted to have something of our own that we could build on and create memories in. When I was 21, we put in an offer for our house. And by the time I was 22, we actually moved in. Here's how. So I wanted to get you guys in a place where I wasn't distracted by all the little critters flying around. That and the footage I shot earlier kind of got a little corrupted on it. So I'm back at night editing and realize I don't have the part that I really need. But this allows me to really connect with you guys, because for some of you this is going to be super important. And if you guys are looking to buy a house and might have been my age when I bought my first one, or just kind of scared of really committing to something that large in price, this video is going to be completely for you. If you want to do anything in life, you have to really commit yourself to it. For me, that meant staying home for college, going to a community college instead of a university like my siblings, and living with mom and dad for a few more years than most people did. I moved out of the house when I was 21 because we were moving into the house we had just purchased. So here are a few tips that I would recommend to you guys, especially the people that are young like we were, buying your first house. The first tip I would say is to be very, very patient, but also willing. You have to be patient when buying a house because it is a long process. I'm not going to get through the legal stuff that goes into buying a house because that's something that varies state to state. But you need to be patient with the market. If you are able to wait it out, the houses on the market now might be different in a month. New houses are going to be listed, but if you do find a house that you really love, don't hesitate to put an offer in on it because they won't always be there. 2 would be to talk to your realtor and your loan officer simultaneously. Your loan officer is going to write out everything that you're able to buy, what you can afford and what you can't afford. And that's what's really cool about buying a house, is that anybody can do it at any price range. It just depends on what the market is at the time. Buying a house goes based off of your income. So it takes your income and divides it by all of your bills, and then what's left over is what you can afford to pay on a house, with a little bit left over at the end just in case of an emergency. And your realtor has access to all of these cool things like MLS, where he or she can bring up a whole world of homes that you are available to buy, especially ones you might not find yourself online. And the third tip is really important to me, because if this is something you really want to do, and this goes for everything in life, not just buying a home, you need to be focused. You need to take everything you want to do and write it out. Because if you have a goal and it's something that you really want done or want to happen, it will happen, no matter what it is. When Callie and I wanted to buy the house, we didn't stop living. We took a part of each paycheck to set aside for closing costs. And depending on your loan, closing costs may vary. But we took a small amount of our income each week and put it into a joint account, in which by the time we needed to close, knowing that we had about 9 months of playroom, we had the money at hand, we put it down, and we moved in the next day. And that was only because we were really, really wanting to buy that house. We wanted something of our own, we wanted our own privacy, and we wanted a place that we can create memories, newlyweds, and build a family in. And we wanted to make sure that we were settled into a place that we've already established and had nothing to worry about. To talk to the loan officer, talk to your realtor, and between those two conversations, you will know what you can afford. Anybody can do it. You don't have to make a lot of money, even at 21 years old, to buy a home. I did it making roughly $8.50 an hour. Combined between Callie and I, we were still under $20 an hour. And that's not a lot. So if we were able to do it there, thinking smart, thinking financially, and thinking in the future on what we needed to have accomplished, you can do it too. Anything is possible. You don't have to have a lot of money. And I really hope that you guys make something out of this and really do well in life. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. And no, I didn't forget. The last video actually got over 1,000 views. I did promise you guys if It got over 1,000 views. I'd eat all this old gum from 1989. But I did lie to you in a way because I realized that 2 of these packs actually don't contain bubble gum. Only these 2 do. So let's open them up and eat them. The gum doesn't even come wrapped. It just kind of loosely sitting in this pack. It's got a black spot on it. It did come with like a really cool sheet of stickers though. Or tattoos. What are these are tattoos? It's just paper. Opening these up. Oh, this one's all broken. This one has like a strange black spot on it too. Listen to this. So hard. And this is what you guys get. Oh my gosh, so hard. It doesn't taste good. Disgusting. Oh my god. This is really bad. That's really nasty. I gotta spit it out. It's really bad. That's nasty. It was so hard. And I think it had mold on it. Not sure if gum molds. I don't think the flavor of gum that Nintendo provided in those were good to begin with. But in 30 years, it did not age well. We'll see you next time.